Welcome, greetings in this bright sunny morning. Alright, so we have 3 things to do here, and they're all remembrance ceremony. Taking a real sleep and look at some things. But there wasn't much that we could do. So
I lost my son to the calamity. The 3 seed seers are all together.
Some say you couldn't take a step without stumbling over a body. forebears were once strangers in the Twelveswood. Fearful of the green wrath, they hid themselves in the dark recesses of the earth. Yet they dreamed of basking in the dappled sunlight of the forest. Through great effort, they proved their worth to the elementals, and were granted a place beneath the boughs. So it was that Gridania was born, some 5 centuries ago. Working hand in hand, the Hyur and the Elysian settlers sowed the seeds of our civilization, and soon they were joined by folk of all races. So nourished by the waters of unity, and blessed by the light of the matron, Gridania flourished into the great nation it is today.
Do you see the Gridanian standard? There, hanging behind the Elder Seedseer. The entwined serpents represent the unity between Hyur and Elysian. An elegant symbol, do you not agree?
In accordance with the will of the elementals, we have embraced a life of peace. Alas, our neighbors have not always sought the same for themselves, nor for us. Though we Gridanians have no love for war, we have still less for those who would threaten our way of life. Ever have we fought to protect the sanctity of the Twelveswood. When the Garlean Empire brought its war of conquest to Eorzea, we rallied under the noble standard of the Twin Adder that we might push back the encroaching darkness. And it was we who prepared the ground for the reformation of the Eorzean Alliance, that all the peoples of this realm might stand united against the common threat. "5 years ago, the Alliance met the armies of the Empire upon the fields of Cartano. It would prove the bloodiest battle in recent memory. Countless Gridanian lives were lost. As Supreme Commander of the Order of the Twin Adder, ever shall I bear the weight of our people's sacrifice. Alas, their loss was not the only tragedy to befall us that day, for soon came the calamity. The scars borne by our forest are a constant reminder of its violence. Our lives have been irrevocably changed, each waking hour a struggle to survive. Driven to desperation, some among us have strayed from the path of righteousness, resorting to banditry, poaching, and other unconscionable deeds. To compound our woes, the Ixal have returned in force, emboldened by our suffering. They test our defenses nigh without cease, and prey upon the vulnerable. So beleaguered from within and without, it is of little wonder that our unity now falters. Dark times are upon us.
Time was a man could walk the high roads without fear.
On this day, 5 years ago, countless Eorzeans laid down their lives that we might behold another dawn. Please join with me in honoring their memory.
And how do you propose to honor the memory of those you cannot remember, pray tell?
The destruction wrought by the calamity was indiscriminate. It dealt death to Eorzean and Garlean alike. Yet while we have labored to rebuild our homes, to rebuild our lives, the Empire has set about raising steel fortresses here in the Twelveswood. Let none be mistaken. The Garleans remain the greatest threat to our survival. If we are to stand against them, we must remember what it is to be united. Our many troubles blind us to the woes of our fellow man. Thence is harmony lost. Yet harmony is the founding principle of Gridania. We are gathered here to honor the fallen. Let them be honored not only in word and thought, but through concerted action. I bid you, join hands with me once more beneath the Twin Adder standard. And together, let us heal the forest's wounds, that our progeny might live in harmony beneath these ancient boughs. For we must think of the children!
Woods will be done.
It's up to us to protect the forest.
All the elementals!
If you'll permit me, Alfino. And my sister, Alize, at your service. I saw at a glance that you were a fellow traveler. You might call us students of history, sampling the realm's remembrances in pursuit of enlightenment.
Daniels are unfortunate enough to contend these tribes. They explore what troubles the unnatural occurrences. Want to summon the bloodthirsty Garuda. The swift bite before taking this tree throughout developed long change observed ever. Some primal. The Gridanians have no love and consider opening up a last resort. Though they clash with the exalt that before refuge may be preferred than so self-defense. As for the slash, they're yet bound by a deep street, though one wonders how long. The 12 woods screwed its leaving Gridania vulnerable. The people that restoring the wood, they have had power balance, and yet, yeah, how long will it take? Meanwhile, it's so spurred on by such a bad type destruction. But Guardians, like it or not, similarly look an all-out war when it does or at a war. All the help takes. How without aid of a people that well, perhaps you'll find out. The elder seer's words fell on
herself?
And Roban as well.
Hark you, souls of flame, drawn to the bosom of the desert, where the fire burns brightest and shall rage forevermore. Hurrah! Rauban! Where since antiquity, under the sage and judicious rule of the Ul dynasty, we have wrought sand into gold, where by the grace and glory of Nalthal have our brave sons and daughters flourished and prospered. I speak of Ul'dah!
There, at the Flame General's back flies the Grand Company's standard. Note the sigil. The golden scales of order balance the jewel of prosperity with the flame of might.
Great and many are the gifts our nation has given the realm. In Eorzea's darkest hour, on the killing fields of Cartano, none spent more in blood and gold than we. Thus was the 7th Imperial Legion laid low.
So that's how it happened. How soon history forgets.
Yet many left our gates, never to return. Let us pray for our absent brothers and sisters, that they might know happiness in the great beyond, as Thal's honored guests. If the fates were fair, the price we paid that day would have bought us victory. Alas, they are not. And now, but 5 years into this 7th Umbral era, the spirit of sacrifice which granted us our strength is all but dead. Look around you. What do you see? A people divided, downtrodden and enthralled. Where are the merciful alms of the rich? Where is the just steel of the righteous? I ask you, is this the great nation our brothers and sisters gave their lives to save? You who call this living, dishonor the name of the immortal flames. It is but a slow death. Our enemies surround us. The savage hordes of the Amalja wait beside our roads, strangling the lifelines of trade. Meanwhile, the Garleans make mock of our borders and despoil our land of its natural wealth. We stand on a precipice, yet we do not act. Whether trader or soldier, monetarist or royalist, all must recognize that a divided Ul'dah stands to fall. Victory and fortune walk hand in hand. Ye who seek glory and wealth, look not to what little you can snatch from your neighbor, but to the boundless wealth of the world beyond. Now is the time to unite. Now is the time to ride forth. In the name of the Sultana, I beseech you. Line not your own coffers, but those of the immortal flames. Seek not to prosper from Ul'dah, but to restore her to prosperity. As the realm prospers, so shall Ul'dah. As Ul'dah prospers, so shall her people. Ya for Ul'dah!
Together we are one.
Your grace.
Rauban? People of Ul'dah, I, Nanimo, 17th in the line of Ul, address you. Much has been made of the wealth of Ul'dah. Yet those who measured that wealth in coins and carats are gravely deceived. For the true wealth of Ul'dah lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her people. Beloved subjects, I bid you raise aloft the torch of Ul'dah, that her flames might serve as a beacon for all Eorzea to see.
Long live Nanamo!
Glory to the Sultana!
For victory and fortune, stride fearless into the inferno, for we are by fire reborn! forsooth?
The time is now!
Fancy meeting you again.
The Aldans have a long history. Judging by your look at his face, I think the Aldans are not shy from their aunt friends are great. So have they dealt with the creed thus far, smothering my yet he is but one of them. They have been quiet these past 5 years, their armies. Meanwhile, refugees can be private note, and although it has no clear policy. After all, not even the Sultan's officers bottomless, and even assuming they had coin resources, would evidently bring back to the subject. It has been observed Malta or Sunday. Every time they do so, they send their forces to smite the primal, though they invariably succeed. Each victory fought with blood. It's a war of attrition. They cannot sustain. Small wonder then that the immortal claim to be here for members. At such a desperate hour, in the experience would be painful slow. So far, I'm not impressed by all of this. I am of a race that functions. So but the fire seems fight, which is good for someone who is, what do we say, a tank. Yes, but myself, with side not made side. So, see it actually somewhat good. See what the pirates have to say. Maybe they'll be down with started. You are an adventurer. Mistaken, you are called Draco. So, well met, my guy in humble midst on it. Blessing. Approach me. See, I've been struggling to find it before. Surprisingly, I have mind to speak with the locals of their tales. I could use your able assistance. I am really good. During the rising, the undergoes the loss of time, even as we turn our attention brighter, we can help to hear now that one and all those before. Now then, there is no better place. So let us proceed out the park. Let's see if we have some spot of interest. Oh, come on. What's the harm? What's the harm? You'll get yourself killed. That's not ain't like so young science. Why do you want to there's this place I need to go. Problem is, I can't leave the city alone. It would be I'd be responsible for myself. I could go wherever I please, whenever I please. Please. That simple last responsibility to those that sign up. If I want someone that's clearly unprepared, head out there and end up hurt or worse. Won't be able to. Don't even get me started. See, forget about signing. But it has to be now during the rising. Why do you have to be so responsible? It comes with age, lass. Now run along. Is everything well? Sorry you had to see that. The little cub spent. I'm becoming an adventurer. But I said no and sent her on her way. Still, I'm worried. True that. What surprising way to try to sneak up. I hate to impose, but do you reckon you keep an eye on Pataka? I do myself, but I can't even up the tap. The timing of the rising seems to be the essence of the low one. You not agree. Let's talk to them. In your debt. Now the nearest city exits the skins spoken by that test. I suggest if by talking Queen the Senate. The wall us now. the other side of right on the western side. As it happens, no, it's on the hills of Edward South. One like them. By the way, still glances at me. So I alerted my comrade outside. Stop for one question. Word, secret. Aren't I fine? And my yippee. It's a background something. This podcast. Disappear. And without once telling about too much mistakes. Is it that you want so badly to risk your life? Something that you see isn't that what strangers no. Stand up. Now, even so, we cannot. Well, from here I would make a proposal. Rather than putting in one that for this service, with a window full of information out this I do. But I don't have any money. What are we going to do? We want to have to cut our names. Why our friends are of course. I shall be glad to provide suitable advocacy, while a part of me hopes that this will lead to fun above all. I feel compelled to really help you. Oh, thank you so much. Look out. The client, that is, got to give honest with what exactly you're doing. Place I want to put is the lighthouse. Lower Spain, the room, the counters. Disappeared. Rise. Supposedly lighthouse. Spirit plane comes in death. That's got to be consistency. Oh, the two lighthouses. Ostrich someone is the only one that's the Northern State. Don't recall hearing nothing about this. I can't help but be curious, so I'll come on. Go with that. As outside of the standard. So, what's your name, Avenger? I go Dragon. I'll remember that. Thank you so much for helping. Well, go to Agnes Torch and we'll see if they're both ghosts is through. Ready, Draco? As much as I would like to accompany someone to return to the drowning one, Papa, it's besides, the spirit for counts afterwards, what one felt will also be unique, but I would be enjoyable and insightful next year. But to begin with, how are we at east to Magnet Bridge and give a chance to see the sights. Path can be steep in places, so take care you don't take a tumble. I'll be fine, don't worry, let's begin. Here goes. Remember, we head north, Red Roost is speed, but our destination is the south. A vital route for trade is bridge, but it prowls with bandits and people. That's why it was given its name. Some warning. Look, a river. That some sort of strange animal. Sometimes out this way with their folks, but I take it you've never seen, never been. Actually, I have. It's a long time before my parents died. It's alright. I like it at the orphanage. Please, lots of that'd be the elementals, I think. It's a fine orphanage, run by the former Sanguine Siren. It's you wasn't aware. Fine place, but nothing else. If that's where we're trafficked from, I'll have one of my comrades contact the caretaker would let him right then. Next, we'll make for Ochran's approach. Up this here hill, take it slow so you don't wear yourself. 71 like but if you run ahead, you catch up. Hey, if you want to cross us the bridge, if you ain't in a hurry, eat someplace. I'd rather you hold off for a bell or two. Presently, the bridge is it's such a right confusing away. Such things, darn things like to collapse. We're expecting a bit of congestion with all this being connected roads, but The dry docks, one knows about space. Speaking of what in the seven bells that's Western thinks is playing at deserted clothes that I'm like reading a paper we glad track down the security bugger down our stock is paid us in wages. It was only a matter of time before they sent someone after I suppose I heard what I was told that would be done then collapse and save me. So can't simply wave my hands and have it sort itself out. How can I? And if I try reasoning those odd coaches, I'm like to get my head about. Listen, you're going to let me be, and we at least have a word more than ivory drivers. You know, soothe their temper some. Without one less heavy. Oh, we're so high up. This is amazing. Hey, I felt the same way when I looked out here for the first time. This bridge was built where a tidal wave sundered the land during the climate. It's a symbol of our people's Miss Dorothea, that's the headmistress, said that Milton's work hard because we hate to lose like what we do. What about you, Draco? You like being an adventurer? I think that's what I thought. When I grow up, I hope I'll like what I do as well. My parents liked what they did, I think. When the calamity struck, they didn't run away. They were noble souls, Miss Dorothea said. She promised to tell me everything one day, but I don't know how to feel when they're gone, and I can't find the words. I want to be a big clientele, so I'll think on it. The cat has got something to use to get off the chest. Wanting to verify the rumor. May have to be, but there's no use speculating. Come, let's press on. Perhaps you do have a point. I can never get hold of my temper, if only to see this situation resolved before. Well, if you put it like that, then maybe I'll hold my tongue for a bit. Now tell this guy so he can get back to work. I'll be damned. You actually managed to calm them buggers down. You're a miracle worker, and that's the honest truth. All I need is for the drivers to heed my directions without all the snapping and snarling, you see. Well, I'd best be at it before they lose their tempers again. Oh, and I'd appreciate it if you let Captain Dressel know I'm back on the job. Bertram's back at his post, is he? Tongue must have made silver to have accomplished that feat. Can't handle the yelling, you see. The gods only know how such a delicate flower survived guard training in the first place. And he's never going to survive duty at the bridge now. That work on the victory has a flooded of deliveries coming in and out every bloody day. Wormstag had better harden up and start looking for a quieter line of work. Okay, now back to arguing. That's the Austrian work. 1 and 2 lighthouses here. What are named gods. The lighthouse keeper is a bloke named Rostez, and he asked him about ghosts or anything else like you like. Lighthouse keeper? So about the reason why I want to know about this. My father and mother were lighthouse keepers. They disappeared in the calamity and were never found. When I heard the rumor, I thought maybe, just maybe, they were the ones haunting the lighthouse. So that's why you want to prove the rumor wrong. You couldn't stand people thinking your parents were doing terrible things. Hey, but a part of me wishes that rumor was true. Then I'd be able to talk to my parents again. There's so many things I'd like to ask them. Well, whatever the truth is, we'll find out soon. Let's keep going. Oh, the sea's frozen in a splash. Amazing. This area was hard hit by the calamity. On top of the tidal wave washing away big swaths of land, a piece of dolmen came crashing down yonder. They say it caused ether to gush out of the land and crystallize all at once. At that time, it was like Miss Dorinthia. She was my mother's friend, and she took me to a safe place. I was very little then. I didn't fully understand what was happening, but the calamity really was a frightful thing. I can't imagine how it was for father and mother. No, no, if it ain't, guess what brings you to the door? Those during the rising. For all me years as a keeper, I've not seen nor heard about such things at any lighthouse I know. It's certainly the sort of place his children might be haunted, though it might be someone mistook me or some mongery for a specter. So father and mother weren't ghosts after all. But I must say, it's a surprise to see Rakata's little girl here. Your parents showed me the ropes when I was starting out as a keeper. They had charge of Bloemen's ring yonder. Nowadays, it's a little isle, but there used to be a stretch of land canal. A dangerous stretch it was, rife with nasty beasts. You need to hire adventurers and grizzled ones at that, just to deliver something. If you knew my parents, please tell me about them. They left me in someone knows of the calamity, tied in the tidal. Why do they go out there even though it was so dangerous? What is going through your mind? I want to know. I was stationed out there, so I only read this in English, but the folks did everything they could to protect the land's ring. They built a breakwater using anything and everything they had on hand, but in the end, there was no stopping such a monster. Countless souls went missing when it struck, and the Maelstrom mounted, searched stood out there. I joined in that, but I am afraid they were never found. Know though that your folks didn't die in vain. By manning their lighthouse to the very end of the day, they guided many vessels safely to shore and saved many lives. I see they really were noble souls, like Mr. Atia said. But if I could choose, I wish they were still here. This is just a thought, but how'd you like to stay the night and hear more about the folks? It'd only be the mundane everyday things, but would I know? I'd be glad to. I'd like that. I'd like that very much. Good morning, Draco. Got up early to look at the lighthouse with my father and mother used to be. For the longest time, I felt as though they'd abandoned me. Wanted to see them one more time so I could ask them why they had to go and to tell them I miss them. In the end, they weren't any ghosts. So I'm glad I could learn about my parents. It made me realize that I want to become someone who helps others like them and like you. So thank you for bringing me here. Thank you so much for me talking to me. You're very welcome, Jerry. You can always come to me if you need anything. Just no more trying to sneak out. You hear? Well, I better get back to the work. Hopefully, Mr. Amethyst won't be too mad. We'll be wanting to report to the principal, in which case a comrade of mine tells me that they I'll see to it that the child gets home safely. Be sure to catch the special fireworks at say. See you, Dragon. Oh, welcome. Back, my friend. How is it? What you thought? So her true purpose was to give the ghost of her parents who were taken by the clan. Tale is born when someone acts in the same name of another. As there are so many tales out there, it is impossible for us to know every single one. Yet a tale may occasionally find its way to those who need it most, such as that at a lighthouse, with the courage and sacrifice of come to guide their child youth. Thank you, Doug. Not only for ending forgot his wish, but by providing an inspiration. While we wait for the special fireworks to begin, might you tell me more of your experience? Yes, it comes to me, Abert, for all who strive on this day and every. Oh, this is. Oh, welcome, viewer. Sorry I didn't notice when you first came in. Welcome. But this never happened in my first one, so now this is interesting. Okay, we did get a pup. Greetings, warrior. Light. This is a world that exists outside your reality. Could it be a dream? A flight of fancy conjured by your weary mind? Perhaps, or perhaps not. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. My name is Naoki Yoshida, and I have beckoned you here that I might express my gratitude. For long years, we have walked together with you this grand adventure. It is never-ending journey, one that shall continue tomorrow as early as it does today. The most natural of things. Along the way, I endeavored to keep my gaze firmly fixed upon the future. Of late, however, I've been keenly reminded that we must occasionally look back upon the path we walked, that we might remember the lessons learned. In the course of our adventures, it seems that I too have to learn from successes and failures both, and forge ahead with humility and sincerity. This is what I had resolved to do at the journey's beginning, and resolved to do it so in. Nothing would please us more than to continue having you at our side on the road ahead. And I pray that upon this journey of life that we have the honor to share the light of the crystal shall ever shine. Now the time has come for this vision to end, time for your eyes to open this waking dream. This world shall yet endeavor, and as we continue to make our way, I pray that we shall have carried the to. Till that day, I wish you the happiest of journeys. Fare you well. Most happenings in our lives have no bearing on the fate of the world. More often than not, they go unobserved and unremarked. But you, my friend, gather up such forgotten tales and see them delivered, and so doing you bring joy. And as a token of my gratitude, I dedicate to you this song, a song of journeys fulfilled. the sun does rise, the boundless of the sky it calls. In the silver pale, the path of man, it was an endless path. So far away the guiding light that you do not escape the flames of life, their warmth and fun to comfort and inspire. Take heart, my friend, and here we stand, and yet we shall remain. Your destiny reach you shall, my memories refrain. I have no doubt that you have many daily shall give rise strength and importance. Your tales of goodness are buried in those of others. There may be times when you face great hardships and the weight is more than you can bear. Such time as under risk, no matter how great the burdens, the tales of the shall ever be your strength. You unlock the toy chest. Open the toy chest to find any in room to play mini. Alright, now we still have to get to the state. Sounds like you're already in the yellow jacket street races. We are tomorrow lunch for paragraph. So, do you think you could be motivated? You see, I'm supposed to go fill up all of the toilets. Say that thanks to the business, missing people, I can't simply up and leave my folks. If you could tend to the street lamps and speed, I'd be determined. Oh, when you finish, please fetch more oil from Sisyphus and the pushing of the running all over. We had scared of our sake. You're doing what? What might you do to that girl? Chasing their death, me for what? Following the cut. Well, for saving me. Only the place that on the first adventure that comes along, being in a pretty does not give her license. Hey, she'll get her over there. Somebody find it. So we need to get this thing. So they tend to remember it, so click that and I just come on.
The Garleans are another matter altogether.
So much for our alliance.
It's sunk beyond the seabed.
Brothers and sisters of the sea, hearken unto me. Look upon this, our mighty crimson standard, and tell me your hearts do not swell with pride. "700 summers have come and gone since our forefathers first ran aground in this fertile bay. In that time, guided by the Mother of Oceans, Limsa Lominsa has grown from humble fishing village to uncontested ruler of the 5 seas and beyond.
Did you look as the Admiral bid you? It is a rather stirring standard, I must say. The crimson field is meant to signify the blood of fallen crewmates, while the black longship represents a pirate vessel.
When the Garlean Empire marched upon Eorzea, we assembled beneath the Maelstrom Standard, and our grand company was reborn. All answered the call, from the Knights of the Barracuda to Hilthier's bloody executioners, and together we met our would-be conquerors upon the field of Cartino. That day, the world bore witness to the united strength of Limsa Lominsa. I swear to you, no army ever fought harder or with more courage, yet many of ours did not survive. Join me now in remembering those who fought in the name of freedom and fell. May their souls be returned to the sea.
Freedom. Yes, they have always been rather fond of their freedom. Much as the beast tribes have. Small wonder. Beneath the surface, one would struggle to tell them apart.
It has been 5 long years since the calamity struck. 5 long years of tireless rebuilding. Yet still the wounds of the calamity fester and weep. But when I stand atop the mizzenmast and gaze out upon our battered and broken vessel, I see an undying spirit. Did we not build all this from the wreck of the Galadian all those centuries ago? Shall we not do so again? Yet there are those who would see this ship of ours sink beneath the waves of the restless Rotano. The Sahagin creep ashore seeking blood for their accursed god.
Those fishback
The Sahagin
bastards.
have risen?
While the mines of Ogomero spew forth kobolds who push ever south, despoiling our lands as they go. These savage beast tribes will be the first waves to crash against our creaking hull. And behind them swells the grim tide of the Garlean Empire. Even now, the Curs fly their flags within our borders. Doubt not, but that they will be upon us ere long. We are well nigh surrounded. Yet there are those among us who would rather turn their swords against their crewmates than our cannons against our foes. How can we hope to repel our many enemies when mutiny breeds below deck? There is but one course left to us. One bearing that will bring us victory over the beast hordes and the Empire both, and see this ship safe to port. We must mend the rift the Calamity has reopened twixt pirate and maelstrom, and stand fast with our adventurer brothers against the coming tempest. Mark ye well, a crew without unity is no crew at all. 'Tis but a mass of drowned men. To me, then, brothers and sisters of the sea, gather beneath the undying crimson standard, and pledge me your strength, your skill, your wisdom. And with the guidance of the navigator, this great vessel of ours shall ride the waves till sea swallows all.
Long live the Admiral!
Admiral Melvin!
Gather the lads!
Oh, where's me cutlass?
I'll follow ye to the seven hells, Admiral!
Fancy meeting you again.
As the Admiral mentioned in her address, glimpse of ninja is played by two. The first, if you'd like to say again, was the foot of the primal Leviathan. The second are kobolds who dwell beneath the earth and take the primal titan for their death. As if the beast tribes present weren't troublesome enough, the Garlands have chosen to erect a fortress right in Lemnosian's backyard. And that is to say not of eternal strife, and as a nation of pirates there is no end to blood feuds between the various factions. And while they fight amongst themselves, the Garlands wet their blades in water. If the Lemnosians are to have any hope of withstanding the Empire, they must first resolve their own affairs. Differences must be set aside. Primal threat dealt with once and for all. To this end, I expect that they will soon take a decisive action against the Beast Tribe. Mark my words, the Maelstrom standard will be drenched a deeper shade of crimson. That a capable adventurer like you would be a valuable addition to this group. Draco, it's Livelia. You are well, I hope. Would I be correct in thinking that the binary armored service has now concluded? A moment ago, you said. What a coincidence. Jesting aside, I trust you remember our guests' grand company. Well, delighted, though we are to have them in Waking Sands, it would not do to keep them suspense any longer than necessary. In short, hurry back. Alright. So we are down to 2. And my thoughts and record. A gooey 2. Come on, Gooey. Let's go. We did get him. We didn't, right? It's not the day. So I'd like to see what that is. Wind up, good job. Designing one message which every step I'm up to determine the 17th and as Don said. Those Amoja who journeyed to Erosia brought these units with them with the intent of impressing upon the hopeless with the glory of the I still like my kitty. What? Hey, no thunder? I know you can't hear me, but greetings. So I'm down to the storm and surf. Welcome back, Draco. Where the Grand Company leaders were as illuminating as you had hoped. Hey, you can be set with problems, I trust. You see how your services are in such demand. Good that they were more of you, Draco. But you must be tired from your journey. Why don't you rest a while? Take a moment to reflect on your decision. Once your mind is made up, pray give to Grand Company confidence. Down between 2.
The gods only know what grand company our adventurer friend will keep. The wheels of change are in motion regardless.
Brother, are you certain this course is best?
Whatever do you mean, dear sister?
The so-called remembrance ceremonies were little more than standard waving rallies, As though the Calamity and Seventh Umbral Era warranted scarcely a mention.
Well, of course they were standard waving rallies. Since you are so observant, mayhap you noticed what mention was made of the Warriors of Light? None. I suppose they must have forgotten the heroes who spared Eorzea a fate worse than the Calamity? No, dear Alize, they haven't forgotten these details. They have elected to omit them. Deep are the wounds the Calamity inflicted upon Eorzea. So deep, in fact, that the realm still bleeds. Needless to say, the beast tribes and their primals do little to alleviate the pain. So, the task of salving Eorzea's wounds falls to the scions of the Seventh Dawn, with a little help from our friends, the Grand Companies. Remembrance will yield no remedy. If our world is to heal, we must put the horrors of the Calamity behind us.
Our grandfather would never entrust the fate of the realm to despots who rewrite history to their convenience. There must be another way to cure what ails this world, and I mean to find it.
You are most welcome to try. Our paths may differ, but our destination is the same. In time, I dare say we will see eye to eye.
I should hope so.
My lady!
We are to escort you!
Hope does not come into it. We share the burden of this fate, dear sister, and will prevail together or not at all. The salve will serve not only to close up our present wounds, but prevent old ones from opening anew.
Alright. I take it the Elder Seer's words have touched your heart. Have you resolved to entwine the destinies of the twin ends? You have chosen wisely, my friend. The Elder Seer will be overjoyed. Without further ado, let us speak of practical matters. In order to complete the enrollment process, you must report to the Abbey. I dare say you know that well from your wanderings in New Gardenia. Give your name to the personal officer there, and he will guide you through the plan. I have no doubt that your deeds will bring great honor to our order. When next we meet in Gardania, I shall be proud to call you. But don't think I'm wearing that yellow. It would conflict with my purple. You are come to the Adder's Nest headquarters of the Order of the Twin Adder. Ever do we welcome thy who would toll in the element's name for the good of our forest nation. Ah, the great adventure itself. Yes, our recruitment officer sent word that you were on your way. It's a pleasure and an honor, both to welcome you to our ranks. Now, let me gather together the relevant documentation. Sir? What is it? Report. An urgent message from Emperor's Fire, sir. The Highlands Skyways airship has taken fire from the Imperial forces in the skies over East Shroud. The vessel's engines are crippled, sir, and it was forced to make an emergency landing southeast of Nine Lives. Nine Lives? Gosh, this could have come at a worse time. All but a handful of our forces are presently afield dealing with Ixo. Draco, I know full well you have yet to be formally inducted into our ranks, but we have urgent need of your aid. In all likelihood, the airship was grounding civilians, and if reports are accurate, it will have come down dangerously close to the Garlean occupied area. Please make haste to the area southeast of the Nine Nines. Locate the airship and ascertain the status of the passenger. What do you mean I'm not a member? Yes, this is my membership duty. Do this, and then I can become a member. I am the great Draco Dragonborn. To be wanting to get. What's an easy way down? Without getting hurt, what's an easy way down? That was it. Easy enough. adventure. What are you doing out here? No way. Let's find something. That is not something. How do I know you're not an Imperial spy? You don't even have a uniform. Peace, friend. We mean you no harm. You're the engineer of Garland Ironworks, are you not? We were alerted to your plight and have come to your rescue. And you are Draco Dragon.Amethyst. I was told to expect an honorary servant. My thanks for your aid, friend. I've never seen a craft of this design. It must be Garland's work. Is there no end to the man's treachery? The secrets of the Magitech belong in Imperial hands. They are not to be squandered on the Erosian savages. We are taking this craft back to the fortress. Dismantle it if you must, and bring the engineer. Someone must pay for Garland's crimes. Imperial scouts from Castle Harmon. They mean to requisition the ship. Wedge, you have to help him. That fool Lalafell was hiding inside the tiny Bronco. The tiny Bronco? But isn't Ironworks' latest creation? It's the first airship we've built since the Calamity. And first since Master Garland, well, since he went missing. After years of work, she finally ready for her first test flight. She was soaring. She really was, till those bastards blasted her out of the sky. Tell me all, the Ironworks' latest creation must not fall into Garland hands. We shall strike them, swift and sure, and rescue Engineer Wedge. Draco, I trust you. We can rely on your support. May the matron watch over us with you. An ambush to arms! Swag, you couldn't have stayed with the ship. That was a close one. Too darn close. So how's she look anyway? The auxiliary propeller is a dead loss, but I think I can bring enough thrust from the main propeller to get us airborne. A few minor modifications and we should be able to fly the tiny brown home. While you do your work, you shall keep watch over the perimeter. The enemy may yet be lurking nearby. As for you, Draco, you have more than done your part today. I bid you return to that as necessary. I pray there will be no further interruptions. When next we meet, let it be as fellow servants of the Lord. I'm just wanted to say sorry, for calling you an Imperial spy and all that. Got that one wrong, didn't I? Seriously, though. If I hadn't been for you and the Twin Adder lads there, we'd be chained up in a dungeon by now. I'm in your debt, friend. We both are. Which? Thank you. We're very grateful. Dun, we return. Now, give us our membership, thank us for our duties, and make us a lieutenant. That sounds fair. Draco, because my spirit led us to you. Word arrived but moments ago from the cut down on it. Let's see where the two engineers are placed on it. The lieutenant informs me that you were instrumental in the site. Had you not found the engineers big when you did and helped us through that of the Guardians, many things might have been different. And all this before you were inducted into the order. You are well on your way to carving out a fine career for yourself beneath the other things. And without further ado, let us see the induction. 12 line, there won't be any further interruption. Protocol requires that I apprise you of who we are and what we do, after which I invite you to swear an oath of your own free will. The Order of Twin Adder is the grand company of it brings together the martial, economic, and technological resources that we might stand strong in times of tireless adversity. When our very survival hangs in the balance, our order was formed in the days before the calamity. readiness to fight the Guardian Empire and to combat the Beast Tribe from the Primal. Needless to say, our tribe will continue. Elder Sincere Kane is Supreme Commander of our forces under protective of Dragon.Amethyst and the sanctity of his followers. As the entwined serpents that grace our standard, let for foreign strive as one with the apart and peace shall ever reign in your land. In so doing, we honor the will of the elements, and theirs is the will of the Lord. Now then, Draco Dragon, ask that you give us unto your oath of allegiance, whatever that means. The elder seats here is a kind and gentle soul who holds the welfare of people. Your faith and courage. By the power vested in me, I assign you the rank of private third class. You are now a man of the order, a twin adder. Go forth, private dragonborn, and do what brings peace to the 12 woods. Can you hear me, Draco? This has been Philip. An officer's order to an adder contacted me with news of congratulations, Private Dragon. I have no doubt that you are going to make the acquaintance of comrades, but ask that you pay a visit to your old ones first. Remember, though, you are now in Slovenia. You are no less a kind. Pray return to the walking sands at your earliest convenience. There are some friends here whom I would very much like you to meet. We shall be waiting. Just a call to a friend in need. As you are needed elsewhere, I shall not keep you any longer. I would, however, suggest speaking to High Serpent Lazal Helix before you depart. He will provide you with assistance and under your character in the profile, you'll see the company that you're with, your ranks, you can do supplies and provisions, seals, timer, social duty. Your heart does nothing. Then you have seals, and I only have. Oh. Hammer. I need a bronze, and I need iron. I cannot make bronze. Yes. Put a master, company, ranking up, offering services. Private Dragonborn, I understand you've been working tirelessly in preparing name. You're serving an example to fellowship. But tell me, have you ever felt so you couldn't get quick enough effort at? You could be swift a pair of legs. If so, you might consider getting a personal chocobo. You have yet to be issued brown bird, am I correct? Given your considerable talents, you should be able to obtain one in no time at all. Let me tell you how to go about it. First, you must obtain a serpent chocobo issuance by exchanging company seals with the podium. Once you have the steed, present it to our man, Zinger, and he will furnish you with a solution. Small some creatures dropped onto their train. Who was cutting down its tree, apparently decided to do the ordinary places to be savage and company over talking against the creator. Why do I feel that that's not fine? you press something, you must be connected with a certain document to be placed into the photograph. In case of setting up video. So that had no fear. Then how am I supposed to get that? Sometimes these people are just lazy. But you didn't know what I was. Carpentry, I don't think you can do something. Right, you won't find much fear and praise. Sorry, suddenly kind of the room. Hey, don't give me that look. I'm only talking about the whalers. They say on the other end of it, some sort of labyrinth. Then every time you go there to map the place out, nothing is the same, and you if I've ever played, I am more than happy to let it stay a mystery, stay future quarters. Going down there is not this. So the prospect of Edinburgh is awfully tempting. Don't take the word for it though. I found it in the car. Here. Here. Let's go through here. Let's see if we can find needed supplies. We will make that. Oh, that's not. Jeweler, Valcraft supplier, tool supplier. Not what I wanted. Independent planetary arms mender, tinker, need ash. Okay, so ash number. You don't have to by chance? Die. Doesn't matter. Even. No. Cool. So you guys. No, there's two for you don't have it. But either. Well, I wanted to at least try to make that one camera, but I don't know where I'm going to find what I need. think I'm going to call it here. But I can't present Chocobo license when I don't have stuff to buy it. And I have to go to the one spot to do the other thing that I can do, and go back after Philia again. So I think I'm just gonna find a place, call a sit down. People don't have things to eat. And when we come back, we will do this. We'll go down here and we'll do this. And hopefully we can find Ash. And we'll go speak to Philly. But thank you for your time. I will plan on trying to be back 4:30, 5 o'clock. Get my son at 3:30, get home, eat dinner, be right, probably be about that. So, thank you, and we'll see you later. Well, let's see if there's anyone we can take and raid off to for some of the people I've been following. We'll go see Disturbed Minds. He is a good guy.